Oh!
We need to have our own autistic intro for this.
What would it be?
I don't know.
Would it be Despacito?
No.
Oh.
We just need one.
Hello, everybody, and this is the Carson and Jingo Jerry. They learn some stuff, and they have a good time, and yeah. This time, we'll be talking about
Death of America.
the decay of America. Everyone lives in America. Hmm?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. I'll just listen to
I
that.
made that as a joke, but
I'll listen to that after this, and you'll be exposed, my lad.
yeah, it's true, guys. I'm secretly from Iran.
Oh, damn, son.
I'm an Asian from the Kremlin.
Unfortunate. So
yeah, I know.
If you're gonna, so most normie people would be like, "Why America not dead? It's the best country ever." No. Oh no. We're gonna talk about kind of like the pitfalls and bad times, bad Tims, bad of America that has happened over the years. And since I sound like a complete autistic idiot trying to explain it, you explain the topic at hand, my lad, my intellectual.
All right, for anyone who's been paying attention to the news recently, you know that there are a lot of protests that have been recently, many of them ending up violent. And if you also have seen from recently, both political parties seem to get. I take that back. It seems like we're seeing more and more radical political beliefs come up in mainstream media. If that makes sense.
Well, no shit.
Which I don't want to go into what causes because there's multiple things that's caused this. This has been something that's been happening for ages.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want me to have a 45-minute conversation about everything that's been leading up to this moment.
It's Trump. Yeah, it's all because of one man and this recently.
I mean, part of it's not even really his fault. It's more just people overreacting.
Yeah, it's the reaction to one man is what I'm trying to say. But I couldn't find an actually good song that says Trumpity Trump 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 to Trump a Trump Trump. But no.
Like the thing is that they all think he's like a dictator or a fascist or something like that. But I've already disproven that he's not a fascist.
He's just a very outspoken man. Outspoken Cheeto from behind the couch, as my friend Superverse YT says it.
I mean, honestly, he could be worse. I mean, he's not the worst president we've had.
Yeah, we've had some like Nixon, who held the Watergate scandal and all that.
Yeah. I mean, the Watergate scandal we can get into a different time of day. It's more, that's what destroyed his entire political career. Actually, many things he did was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but he went behind everyone's back.
So. Yeah, that's true. That's why I said it destroyed his political career. I mean, or we could have had someone like Bill Clinton who had multiple sexual allegations.
Oh yeah, no, he's just a bad person in general, honestly.
But the thing is after Trump got elected, we've seen multiple riots happen, multiple protests, and recently we're starting to see both groups start to clash.
No shit, yeah, right and left.
I mean, like, literally get out in the streets and have fist fights.
Oh.
You haven't seen that?
Oh yeah, I have, but I didn't mean. I thought it was more like verbal clashing, but yeah, that also happened. I guess I'm just more. Oh my gosh, my back hurts so badly. I'm sorry. I'm in great pain.
You're in pain?
So if I seem out of it, that's why. But I still want to get this thing done because for the viewers that are unaware, we did this already. We went about, I feel like it was 20 minutes in, and then it turned out that it wasn't. It turned out, because I got a new fancy dancy computer, so now I'm on the old one, because on the fancy dancy computer, I need to buy a microphone for me to be heard. Well, first off, it was Carson that wasn't heard, and then I fixed that situation, and then it turned out I was the one that couldn't be heard. So I need a microphone to fix everything so everyone can be heard. I mean, not that anyone wants to hear me because I'm an annoying piece of shit, but it would help to have two of the Discord group of the podcast members both in it. So, So that's pretty much what's going on. Now I'm on the old computer, and that's how we got to do this.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of clear that it could get worse, but it could just go back to normal when stuff calms down a bit.
2020 election, Kanye West becomes president.
No, I think we'll actually see riots out in the street because of that.
He actually said that he would be. He wants to go for president.
Bullshit. If
Kanye
he gets
West 2020, guys.
I'm going out in the streets and rioting. I'm going to get my black mask on and I'm rioting.
But yeah,
obviously I'm joking here, but
one. So Carson.
All right. Yeah, go on.
Let's get to it. Let's talk about the topic, and yeah, we're gonna just go into it. Just dibble your toe into the water. Let's.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So right now I have an estimate on could it lead to the destruction of the U.S. government, or will it just calm down? I think we have a 30% chance of what?
Despacito will save us all. Don't worry. It brings peace among the lands.
Nah.
Don't you understand? Despacito is a form of artwork. Wait. Oh my gosh. Court. Let's talk.
All right.
Okay, so how long has this been going? How long has this been going on? I say
I can say around 40 to 50 years.
Wow. That's wacky. So
yeah.
How about we travel back in time, back in the good old days of
60s.
Yeah, 1960. What year would you want to start off with, like, specifically?
I would just say the 60s in general.
Okay, it's 1960. The Civil Rights Movement.
With like the Vietnam War going on, the left at least in America evolved into a new left, and it's the left we see today. That's to explain it all. And as over time they've gained in numbers and became more radical. Like back in the 70s, if you
yeah, but the 60s were a civil rights movement. A lot of people finally got rights that wasn't there before. Martin Luther King stuff happened in the 60s, I'm pretty sure. Just a lot of peace type, like hippies were trying to get peace. Like a lot of good stuff happened. But are you racist? Are you saying that it wasn't a good idea to fight against the oppressors?
Wait, what are you talking about?
The civil rights movement in the 1960s with Martin Luther King Jr. and all the.
I'm not really talking about that.
Yeah, but that's when that all happened, and you're saying that's when the leftists started getting power. What are you?
No, with the Vietnam War going on, there was a lot of anti-war protests.
Oh, that's true. That's what I was saying with the hippies.
And combining with that, like, after they got their rights, some of the groups continued to go on and became more and more radical. Some of them went on to go on the bombings in the 70s, called the underground, the Weber Underground movement. They committed bombings and all that.
Nice. That's pleasant. So you're gonna...
Yeah, then it kind of died down in the 80s and 90s. Then, like, now it's just starting to heat back up again.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to bomb our own nation just because Chester the Cheetah's in the chair.
Oh, did you not hear about our Ron Paul getting attacked?
Who is that? What the fudge?
Ron Paul's like a senator. I think it was Rand Paul or Ron Paul. He got attacked around November 4th, 2017 by some leftists.
Well, yeah, but that's not as bad as bombings on our own nation. Like, all the bombings were from...
Oh, and I haven't even started with another thing. Back in early January of 2017, some Bernie Sanders supporter, I believe, went into a baseball field where senators were playing baseball at and tried to kill them.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Then we had Maxine Water and the ICE protest, which surprisingly one group was, I think it was in Portland, was successful in raiding the building and shutting the building down.
This is in the 60s. We're in the 60s?
No. We're back in.
Okay, we're back in present time.
We're in present time.
Okay.
We had a successful group raid the one of the ICE buildings in Portland, Oregon. And I believe she's still a congresswoman or a senator. Maxine Water has been calling for people to go harass people who work for Donald Trump. And I'm like, so if you haven't told, things are getting worse.
Yep.
And the doxing on both sides is crazy as of right now. People are getting doxed left and right. I'm surprised I haven't gotten hit by it yet.
You're just a random guy on the internet. Why would you get...
Yeah, but hey, like some guy with only 6,000 subscribers got doxed too.
Never mind, I understand now. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, especially if you're a small person on the internet, then you're an easy target. Yeah, that is understandable, but like, I guess you never know until it happens.
I'm not concerned about it, but I'm just still, I have my guard up and I'm prepared for it if that does happen. That's all I'm saying.
So we're gonna talk about the Russians.
I mean, do you want me to get into like how they were able to get into the system and decay it a bit?
I mean, that's what we did last time.
Okay, I think we can. I don't really want to get into it, but let's just say, to sum it up, they pretty much were able to infiltrate certain political groups and movements, like some like civil rights activists, feminist movement, some parts of the feminist movement, and were also in response to creating the New Left. This was on in an effort to destroy America, in which you can link the videos I sent you down below.
Yeah, I'll get that. What was the guy's name that we watched?
Yuri Brezhnev.
He
explained how
he was one of the spies back then, right?
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was for the Soviet Union. Pretty much, he explains how he and others were able to do certain things to certain countries and cause chaos.
Because the Cold War, everyone was scared of Russia.
Yeah. So pretty much he explains that they were you get into these movements, you get into like media and all that, and you just cause chaos for the most part until like it falls into revolution/civil war. And you may be saying to yourself as of right now, well, the Soviet Union's gone. Yeah, but the effects, we never reversed the effects. So.
Yeah, no. Just because it's Russia now doesn't mean all the bad stuff never not happened.
Yeah. We never reversed the effects. There's still people who preach about Marxist ideology in universities and schools. That's what the Soviet Union was founded on, Marxist-Leninism.
Yeah.
Even though I would say these groups are more Trotskyists here in America and / social democrats or democratic socialists and anarchists. Yeah. Like, so pretty much we see pretty much a coalition of different leftist groups, mainly with Trotskyists, anarchists, and democratic socialists.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's just a bunch of Russians. It's just different forms of the same thing,
Yeah.
Which is a lot of...
We've also seen on the right that which I think gets somewhat blown out of the media, and I think that's why they get so much attention and they're getting new recruits, is the alt-right.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Alex.
I mean, they're still small in numbers, but they're somewhat of a growing movement.
Yeah, that's not good, right?
Yeah, the alt-right are white ethno-nationalists,
yeah.
Which, if we were racially homogeneously white, then I'd be like, okay, then if we want to keep it that way, why not?
No, that's terrible. That's fucking terrible.
No, I'm just saying if we were.
Yeah, no, but we're not. We can't just...
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going to say. We're not.
It's
so
awful.
Why do we want to get rid of all these people?
Yeah, they're humans. They're humans with a Z, man. Gorillaz album.
I understand that we see them that, like...
I mean, why...
I understand wanting to keep a country homogenous because it's easier... to have them unified, but that's not the case here. It's not the case, and getting rid of people that would be valuable to us is just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, wait, well, no, it's like even on an emotional scale, why get rid of humans in general? Like, they're people living, thinking, like, but
I guess some of the mentality, because many of them believe their race is going to be extinct in the next 100 years.
White people think they're going to be extinct?
Yes, they do. Which I get the mentality because we're the ones who are taking in all the immigrants and immigration isn't always a good thing because
what the fuck are you talking about? White people being a small minority? What are you talking about?
It's happening, like seriously, like back
then we were 90%
of the...
You I don't want to call you a white boy, but you white boy. Oh my, that's not. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Did you see what they're doing in South Africa right now?
What? What are they doing in South Africa?
The blacks out there are calling for the death of white people there.
Okay, that's just that
yeah,
can't.
And there's also been terrorist attacks in multiple European.
But we're talking about death of America, not decay of South Africa. I mean, like.
No, I'm just because we got into the topic of alt-right, and I was like, and I talked about how they were fearing of them becoming the minority.
So yeah, no, they're not. They're never going to become the minority in America. I don't think that would ever happen.
That's all I was trying to say. I'm not saying I agree with their white nationalist sentiment.
Yeah, no,
because I find it.
I think it's just this is sounding racist because I don't know. I mean I'm not for white nationalists. I think that's stupid. Like no, I don't. Because I don't want to be.
I'm for cultural.
I think culture should be mixed or like combined. You know, like mix around. Like it shouldn't be like one separate and
that's
stuff.
The destruction of all people and cultures, though. Mm-hmm.
What?
That's the destruction of all peoples and cultures.
What do you mean?
What I mean by that, if you mix everything together, it's all just
no, not mix together. I mean like be like don't hate each other like just because they're different.
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant like mix together
no,
and just have
like I don't mean like, I mean like coexist. You know, just like don't think of.
That's what I have.
You don't have to think about like, oh, I'm a white person and he's black. We can't be friends. No, that's not how that works. He's a human. As long as you have the same like type of interests, you can be friends. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking you were doing a globalist talking point, and I was like, no, don't.
Well, I mean, America is a melting pot of culture, so.
Yeah.
I guess, but
that's not always a good thing.
Not always. Well, Carson's a racist. We found out today on CD13 and Jingo Jerry learn about stuff.
I mean, you have to look at like some of the.
We got to go back to the Russians, man. We got to go back to the Russians. What about the Russians? They infiltrate our government. They hide them.
No, they didn't. They infiltrated
media. Not like government. They just infiltrated a bunch of stuff. The media, by the way, I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. The media, have you ever noticed how BBC, so the BBC is controlled by the government, right?
Yeah, I know that.
So,
I believe
if you ever watch the BBC like that, the newscasters are like no emotion at all. But if you watch America, they're so like, oh my god, watch this terrible thing happen. They only talk about the worst things ever to get views. It's like YouTube. They're wanting views to get money because they're owned by a company. They want people to watch because the news is slowly dying because people don't want to see all this bad stuff, I guess. But it's also growing because people want to find out what awful thing happened today. So as you say, the feminist leftists who are like extreme are being shown more because it gets more people interested, and then they get angry and it also, if you know, they have the bias, which like Fox News I think was is right. Yeah, it's right. It's a lot of right for the right people, and
it's not all right actually.
No, it's for I said it's right for the Republican right people.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
I thought you called it all right.
Isn't CNN leftist?
Yeah, CNN's leftist. Same thing with
And
NBC and
it
ABC.
basically fuels the fire between these two groups. And I say that it's not a good thing because it's just fueling the fire, and eventually it's just the media is messing with these people, and they think it just ruins the war, the civil war, the second civil war even more. It's ridiculous.
I mean,
like if it was,
it could be possibly.
Continue.
I believe it's both politically motivated and it makes profit. Right.
Yeah, no,
because some of the stories that come
it's
out
just
is
money.
ridiculous.
It's just money, man. It's not even a profit. It's just money at all.
If it's just money in general, then they seem not to care about anyone else besides making that money.
Yeah, no, they just pander to whatever one they can find, and then we have maniacs like Alex Jones with his show.
I mean, I still can't believe he got banned because I don't believe he should be censored.
I can't believe a person like him even exists.
I mean, the things he say is ridiculous, but it seems like they're like many.
You saw the Eric Andre video, right?
Wait, what?
The Eric Andre video I sent you a while ago with him.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw.
It's so amazing because everyone they're so enraged at this guy who he's just saying the weirdest stuff, and this guy comes up and Alex Jones is like, he's like, come up here, man. It's so perfect, and he just is like, I want you to sleep with my wife, Alex Jones. It's amazing. Oh my! And then he gets pushed off. They're so angry at him. And it's hilarious. They're just overreacting to this guy who's clearly not is not taking any of this seriously. And then that guy's like saying, "You're not the next Martin Luther King." It's just a perfect sum up of that. And then the DNC one where he goes into the Democratic thing is also a perfect thing because it just smells like a bunch of marijuana, and they're just like too stuck up to follow his dumbness. Like against either of them, they suddenly go into a frenzy. They're the same but different. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. I just what's the point anymore?
Wait, so can I ask you a question, Jingo Jerry?
Yeah.
As of right now, how likely would you say a civil war is?
Civil war? I don't think people would want to have a civil war. That's probably not a controversial opinion. I don't want to have one, but
yeah, no. If something happened, I will take advantage of it. I will say that. I will take advantage of it.
Like, who would be the South? It's hard to say because back in the original Civil War, if you're in the South, you're a slave owner, and if you're in the North, you don't want to have slaves. So it's not. But nowadays, there's liberals in the South and conservatives in the North. I don't know how you can't just split off the country like that anymore. It's just impossible, honestly.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like a state seceding. It just has to be a rebel group causing violence.
Oh, well, I don't think they would all band up together like that. Like, they're too spaced out.
I know, but do you see civil unrest happening more?
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely happening already. So we don't know. We'll figure. Everyone was worried about World War III happening, and it hasn't happened yet. So at least that's good.
If you ask me right now, I would only put it at a 30% chance. If an economic downturn happens, then I'll say it's more than it's 60%. But otherwise, no, it's just at 30.
And don't forget, born in the USA, born in the USA. Actually, that song's actually against the USA during the Vietnam War because his brother was sent. The story of the song is his brother was sent out in the war to die, so it's kind of against that type of stuff. But every 4th of July, it's used in a concert, so it's kind of ironic. So
Huh.
Yeah.
Ironic person ever.
Let's see you in the next video. I mean, next podcast. So I searched up Bing Bong, and there was just a bunch of videos about bongs.
You people